Our stories begin right here. And we never write them alone. Sometimes we write them with someone who puts our story first. Other times with someone who puts their own story first. There'll be pages we love to read again and again, and some we'll barely remember. Sometimes we feel like the hero of our story, and other times, not. There are stories of dreamers, stories of creators, stories of strivers, stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. That's why we invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters.
I started my hustling journey early 1990s, selling second-hand shoes. Then I shifted to selling yarn, then switched to uniform work, which I'm currently doing now. My name is John Njoroge, Director of Kitale Wool Shop. We have a shop in Line Moja, Kitale Town, and we recently have a factory along Kitale Eldoret Road. We process various types of clothing, that is textile. We do the pullovers, we do all sorts of uniforms. Sasa wakati tumeanza factory, tukaongeza watu wafanyikazi, we had to buy few machines. So the challenge started there because, you know, with the factory you have to source for the raw materials. At the same time you are paying the workers. Things became harder when COVID struck. I had to look for alternatives. I thought a lot. A friend of mine who told me ABSA are giving even loans without security. So I went and opened an account with ABSA in 2017. And yes, they are the ones that who have saved me up to now, because, you know, paying workers at the same time you're paying electricity, it's not easy. So these days I don't have that hassle of thinking a lot, the end month is here. I don't have money because they have already sorted me with a good amount in the overdraft. I know ABSA will continue journeying with me because we are planning to add more machines so that we create more employment, and I've already talked to them, and I know they will help me realize my dream fully. Working with ABSA will make me see through all my plans.
My names are Alex Wafulawa Mwana. I'm born in Bungoma County and I run a business. I'm involved in a supermarket business. I also have a wholesale. I also have a soda distribution business. I had challenges in managing the business because I am a teacher. I had vowed that if my wife is working class, I'll resign to run the business. If she's not working, then I will convince her to manage the business as I continue with my teaching job. I'm looking forward to own a heavy truck to transport my goods easily from suppliers. I've had challenges like any ordinary entrepreneur. When I got interested in trucks, I was banking with another bank that financed me the first truck. Along the way, that truck was stolen, so I had to rush back to the financer. I was told this time I don't qualify. But when I approached ABSA, they came in very handy and financed me the second truck, which was even having a higher capacity than the first truck. ABSA has really supported me. Currently, I'm having 4 trucks. All the 4 trucks are still on loan and I'm comfortably paying for them. It looks like a miracle to somebody if I say ABSA has financed me 4 lorries, which I'm still paying, and also around 4 loans. I've been telling my fellow businessmen, young and those who are established, that ABSA has served me well. I'm looking forward into a bright future because of ABSA.
We see you're great. Now let's elevate it with Absa Business Banking. Speak to us about how we can help you get it done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. How are you doing from wherever you are? I hope all is well. You're keeping warm this chilly Tuesday morning, especially here in Nairobi. I know we are being joined by participants from all over the country. We'd like to know how you're doing and how is the weather from wherever you are. And we hope that you are all well. And thank you for joining us this morning. We are excited to be hosting our final session on SME Digital Transformation webinar series that we've been running for the last now 3 weeks. And this is in partnership with Wild International in conjunction with Meta Inc. So we are really happy that you've been following this series, and it's our hope that it's been of benefit and helpful to your businesses. So for our final session today, the training will be focusing on how to reach your audience with personalized and creative ads through Facebook, through Instagram, and also through WhatsApp Business. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope we are all set and we are ready to learn. And this is the point where now you call onto your friends, your business partners to just log in and also be part of this. So please, if you see that your friends, your partners have not joined, please call them, just text them the link so that they can log in. So briefly, we support our customers at Absa Bank with such information and capacity building through the Absa Business Club account. I know most of the people who have joined here are our customers with the Business Club account, and they can attest of what the account support them with, because we not only look at your financial needs, but we also look at your non-financial needs, meaning that we care more than just financing you to run your business. We want to capacity build you. We want you to have business skills to take your business to the next level. So under the financial benefit, we normally give you discounted interest on on your loans. We know the situation currently on the markets, on the loans, it's a huge conversation. But once you are an Absa Business Club account holder, you get to enjoy discounted rates. You also get to have we give you a one free foreign account of your choice, it's USD, pounds, euro, depending on the nature of your business or why you would want that account. So I will share with you our benefits of being in the club, and for sure you can see what you are doing, especially to support you in your business. On the non-financial bit, we organize fully business trips, that is business trips to benchmark, to connect, to network with your customers. We have an upcoming business trip to the US in the state of Florida and the state of Georgia, that are in Atlanta and Orlando in the month of August. And we will be sharing that communication this week to you, to those of you who would want to just go out there and benchmark. That will be your opportunity. And we just arrange everything for you. Is just to pay and see you in the airport and off you fly. So those are some of the things that we do. Such webinars, you get exclusive invites at no charge, as long as you are our business club customers. So if you're not here yet to be our customer, please just text us or write us an email on our business club email, which is on the chat, and we'll be able to onboard you to be part of this exciting club within the Absa Bank. So not to dwell too much on this, we have one of our customers who has benefited highly with our club support, and currently is a student, adult student, if I may call it, with the Strathmore University, with the program that we are running on supporting SME growth. There you are, Stanley. So Stanley is here just to give us a glimpse of what is the program is all about. And for you who would want to also join, we will share the link on the chat so that you can click on it and register. We have a cohort, a second cohort, which we are taking registrations, and the cohort will be beginning the classes on the 18th of July. So once you get that link, please register, because we want lean classes, not big classes, because we know when businesses people are learning, we don't want to just put them in a class of 50 people. Yeah, so we are managing very lean classes. So the slots are very limited. Be the first one to be on the second cohort. So Stanley here is the MD of SoftBytes Technologies, and is one of our participants. And I would like him to just give us a very brief glimpse of what is the program all about and how is so far has supported its business. So Mr. Stanley Irongo, karibu sana. Tell us about the COMA program at Strathmore University.
Thank you so much, and good morning once again. I would like to say again good morning to all the participants. And this is awesome opportunity to share my experience. Absa has really been kind to us. And for introduction, I'm Kamau Irongo from SoftBytes, techpreneur. We deal in tech, and most importantly, we do a software solution for businesses. So on your average business, you'd look at a POS system. So that's what we will be doing. Not to dwell so much on what we are doing and talk about the COMA program and what it has achieved. It has been quite instrumental. It came in at just the right time. And when we were struggling with a few things, managing our business and all that. And I walked into my branch, and they introduced me to this. To just put it into perspective, it has been a mind-shifting program. And why would I say this? The first thing when we got there on the orientation was, it's time now to stop working in your business and work at your business. And clearly I was struggling with basic SME issues, that is time management, financial management, hiring and all this, where you find yourself as a one-man army. So technically, you're running the show, you're trying to do everything. And this program came in just at the right time and demystified all these challenges that are common in SME. And so far, so good. I can tell you there's been a lot of change. The program has been able to create a lot of time for me so that I can focus on growing my company rather than just being in there and struggling with the day-to-day. How was that possible? Mostly it's not an issue. Most of the founders know what they're doing in business, but there is a trust issue and so many other issues are coming. But with this program and with the lecturers at Strathmore and other privileged students who are there, we are able now to look at different situations from different businesses and tailor it to our own business. And up to now, it has been a huge success to our end. We have grown our team a little bit bigger. Our revenues are looking amazing. And even the issues we were challenging, that is financial management, we are getting training from there, and we are able now to manage our finances better. And of course, ABSA came through big time. Um, and we now are able to understand even the possibilities and the opportunities are outside and what resources to look at in terms of what financing is good for you. Because there is a lot of financing, but it only works when you understand and you know how to utilize it. So, in a nutshell, that is the general experience, and I cannot overemphasize it. It has been well timed and of great importance to our journey as SoftBite.
Thank you, Stanley, for that brief. And I'm quite excited that it's been helpful because we crafted this, we curated this program in partnership with Strathmore University. And there's actually a whole module that is being run by our experts in at the bank on how to learn about investment, how to learn about also how to financial and bookkeeping management. So there's also it's a partnership that we've curated together. So it is a very well put together program. I can't overemphasize or belabor on it. You've heard from the horse's mouth, someone who is participating. So just save a slot for yourself for the next cohort. Thank you very much, Stanley, and have a good day. Appreciated. So very quickly, last on our last session, I had requested two businesses that have been beneficiaries of this program that we are running with Meta for the series, just capacity building of SMEs on their digital transformation. And two ladies surprisingly put their hand up, and I have Quinta Anyango. And I would like to hear from Quinta. How has it been? How has the three series supported you and your business? Have you implemented anything? How has it affected your business so far? And this could be an inspiration to some of us who have been here, but we've not yet done anything to support our businesses in that online space. So I would like Quinta very quickly. Quinta Anyango, she's the founder and the director for Wrapped Nation, a business that deals with airline, airline care, yeah, air care line in Kenya through sorry, I repeat that. Quinta Anyango is the founder and director of Wrapped Nation. This
Yes.
business is a headwear and air care line in Kenya, which through its unique hair accessories seek to empower women to love their hair and incorporate pieces that spruce up their daily looks. So Quinta, take it over and just tell us briefly how has this Meta program run by APSA and in partnership with Wild has supported your business so far. Thank you so much. Take it away, Anyango.
So much. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Quinta Anyango. I'm the founder of Wrapped Nation, as Helen has said, a headwear and a hair care line in Kenya, Nairobi. So what we do is we deal with head wraps, headwear, headbands, satin bonnets, silk bonnets, silk pillowcases, and all that. So when I came on board to this program, what majorly has changed for me is how I handle my digital marketing and how I put my product on there. So firstly, I maximize all the platforms as we had been taught previously. So that is something that also helped me to understand
I can see Quinta is trying to manage the business and also talk to us. You can go ahead. We truly
about that.
understand.
Sorry about that.
No
So,
problem.
the things that I've maximized from this platform is how to maximize on social media like Instagram, where my business is majorly held. And through there, I've learned to put, like Alexa told us, ads, how to put stories, how to put posts on Instagram, and how to do our reels as well. So I've maximized on that, and that has helped me to reach a wider audience. That is visibility, in terms of visibility. So my business has a lot of eyeballs now compared to then. Through consistent posting, we schedule our posts, say we can do 3 posts a day or 2 posts a day, and the stories are constant. We don't go a day without posting our stories. So from the stories, you get someone has screenshots and sent it to our, say, WhatsApp or the DM that they like to get such a product. And if you have more, you can also share with them. So I think from my end and from the businesses perspective, we've gained a lot of viewership in terms of our stories, which translate to sales, and also linking our Instagram to our Facebook, which I do not want to go ahead of myself, but that is also something that I've learned, is how to put ads at a budget and ads that really translate, unlike doing solely on Instagram, which earlier for the business used to be very, very hefty. Like the prices for ads solely on Instagram used to take a toll on the business, and linking it to Facebook, which I know will be taught later, has really come through. So basically for us, being on Instagram, being on Facebook, and also working on WhatsApp with the clients has really, really increased our sales and also increased our customer and viewership, and enabled us to lower down on our ads expenditure, which is a good thing for our business. Thank you.
Awesome, Anyango. And thank you so much for sharing your story with us. At APSA, we are big on letting you tell us your story, because your story matters. And thank you so much for that. I know we have Tamara. We will allow you, Tamara, at some point. So right now, I will invite our trainer today, Alex Mwai, to take us through the training. And today we are focusing on how to reach your audience with personalized ads and getting creative ads, because now this is what really pulls the crowd to your business. And this is what now where the rubber meets the road. How are you translating this presence to make money in your business? So let's hear from Alex. I know he has prepared quite a training for us. Let's take our pens and our notebooks to hear from Alex. Alex, karibu sana. Thank you.
Thank you, Helen, and all the entrepreneurs, Nyango, Tamara, and Stanley, for sharing the interesting perspectives of how learning can grow and can help you build your business. I'm happy to be here again with you for the third and final digital skills training brought to you by Meta. We've had a sequence of 3 trainings, and I love to always recap so that the participants who maybe didn't make it for any of the trainings or are wanting or are looking forward to maybe catching a recording can better understand what they can expect. So the Meta Boost program is supporting businesses to be able to improve their digital skills through our Meta platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And using these 3 platforms and this training, we are hoping to empower you to have the best skills, the right skills, in order for you to use these platforms to grow your business, to grow visibility, to grow customer acquisition, and even customer retention. In our first series, our first training, which was about maybe 2 weeks ago, so it has been Tuesday, and this is the final one. The first one, we talked about having a very good foundation with our Meta apps, setting up the right way, sometimes having the right admins on your page, putting the right passwords. How do you choose a strong password? How do you 2-factor authenticate your platforms so that your platforms are very secure? Because now we're going to build big businesses with these platforms, and there's a risk that there's hackers, there's spammers, and if you don't have your business set up the right way on our platforms, the pages, the Instagram business account. And today we're going to look at WhatsApp as well. How will you be able to scale up your business? So we were able to cover that really well, and you can catch this in a recording. So if you missed any of this, even I heard Nyango talk about connecting our Facebook to Instagram to WhatsApp. Those are all in the first session, but I will be able to show you about WhatsApp today. But all our apps can interconnect and work well together to build you the business results you desire. On the second session, we talked about now, why do we all do this? Having a good strategy and plan, then using a methodology. So saying that I have a plan, I have a SMART goal. I want to be able to acquire 100 new customers using this platform. And that allows you to know if I am doing reels, if I'm doing posts, this is the bigger purpose of the page that you're having. So we talked about that in detail, and we as well went into how do you then start deploying content using some of our tools like Meta Business Suite to be able to distribute. So I had Anyango already say that, by connecting Facebook, Instagram, and using our Meta Business Suite, you can save a lot more time with managing your business online. So in the second session, we covered that. And if you want, all those recordings are going to be available through the ABSA team. And thanks for your registration. And finally, today we'll be covering now the source. If you have a good foundation, if you know why you're doing it, then at the top is to really now push and see how we can grow this business using more visibility. Maybe we do a bit more advertising, and then how do we bring in our customers to a place where they can connect with us one-to-one? That's what we'll be covering using our WhatsApp platform. So stick around and you'll be learning very interesting insights on ads, creative ads, and our WhatsApp platform. And I really look forward to having you. Ground rules as usual, throw in any of your questions in the Q&A tab, and I'll always try to attend to all of them. Sometimes they do come many, so what we've learned with Helen is, and maybe why we missed to share one of the testimonials, is one more time to be able to give you the answers to your questions. As I think last session, we had over 30 questions. Previous session, we had over 20 sessions. So even if you're in this session and you believe you might know more than what we are sharing, stick around. You'll find out that I have nuggets for you that transcend my 8-10 years in digital, in using digital platforms like this, in training entrepreneurs like you. So there's always something for everyone, including even if you're in the very beginning stage. So thank you for joining us. That's a bit of recap of what we've been able to do so far. Now I want to just jump into our first slide of the day. And now talk to you about how can we use advertising to get to the types of customers we want and we serve. All right. So as we get started with this slide, it's always now an interesting conversation because now you're ready to invest in your business the right way, right? I know that you want to grow your business, and I know that you are willing now to take the extra leap. Sorry, I have to reshare that. Apologies about that. Okay, so yeah, at this point, I know that our participants are ready to now boost our business into the next level. And my question before we jump into that and boost, I remember last week we talked about setting a goal. How many of us went ahead and did set a goal? And how does that goal look like? So if you set a goal, you can raise your hand, and at the same time, you can chat and share one of those goals, the way you set up, so that I tell you now how using our advertising, you can actually meet those goals. I'd love to see some goal setters. So by raise of hand, if you did set a goal, and if you can also type that goal, we'd love to see it and see how our businesses are aspiring. So far, 2 of our participants have raised their hand and said they have a goal. Let's see what will be there on the chat and see if there's any participant who did create an interesting goal. In the chat, let me monitor and see if there's anybody who set a goal. Right, waiting. And remember, our goal wasn't anything difficult. It was really set up around being smart. So I have to be specific. I want to know why what am I doing purposefully? I have to be measurable. So I have to say that I want a goal that I can say, did I reach 50? Did I reach 20? So I can be able to measure. It has to be something achievable, that I can't say that I want to start advertising today and get 10,000 customers. Might be possible, but is it achievable for you and the business and the resources you have? Is it relevant to your business? Meaning that if I set a goal that I want more likes, is that what your business wants to do? And then T, is it time bound, by saying what amount of time do you want to spend to reach that goal? So I've seen there are participants who did set a goal. I'd love to see one of those goals. And if not, then we have to go back to the drawing table, because if we don't have a goal, then it might be risky to actually now start saying, I want to put money to reach what objective, right? So I have a few. Good. Thank you, Elvin, for sharing. Elvin says they want to reach 2,000 followers by the end of 2024. That translates into sales of our machinery. Thank you, Elvin, for sharing that. You see, that's a smart goal because it's time bound. It's by the end of 2024. So they can always track by the end of 2024, did they achieve this? They want to reach a certain amount, so it's measurable. It's relevant because they want to be able to grow their following so that it can translate to sales of their machinery. And I think, Elvin, you've done a good job. Thank you. And Pauline says the goal is to post captivating reels 4 times a week. And so far, so good. Good, Pauline, thanks for sharing that. But even go deeper into how your business can translate. Now, those 4 reels are there. What does that mean for your business? So you can go even deeper and say, the 4 reels a week that we are posting is we are hoping that we can get engagement, likes or shares or comments or actual inquiries, maybe from those 4 reels. If you look at the insights, and I'll share more about insights, is you're able to tell what customers want to do from that. So remember, the premise of our SMART goal will translate into our session today, because when we talk about reaching your audience with personalized ads, we are talking about something very deep. In our objectives, my name is Alex Moy, I'll be your trainer again. Thanks for all who've joined for the first time, and those who've joined before, we welcome all of you. What we'll be able to cover is talking about who do we want to reach, how do we determine where our ads will go, and how do we set a budget and schedule? It's always a good question. It's like a chicken and egg situation. Is it the budget that comes first, or is it the objective, or is it the customer, or is it so today we'll talk about all that, and I hope that you'll have loads of questions that I'd love to answer. So over the years, advertising has evolved from we were all exposed to maybe one television station. When the mediums were less personalized the advertisement needed to be. If we all had only one TV station and one radio station which used to go off at a certain time, there was no space for personalization, because that TV station was watched from end to end of Kenya, and that was the only option. It doesn't mean a younger generation could go to something else, could watch, maybe like now we have a lot of younger TV stations that they're watching, I guess. So personalized ads means that it's in the age of evolving mediums where you have this Facebook, Instagram, you have our stories. So, and you have all types of customers from end to end. And I remember when we were talking about the foundation, we were talking about users on our platforms, and those users amounting to about maybe even 15 million in Kenya. So you're wondering, so how can I personalize so that I can reach the people who are most likely to be interested in your offerings? Because even given the opportunity to talk to all 15 million Kenyans on our Facebook, on our Instagram platform, will all of them be the right audience for you? If you're selling head wraps, like Anyango's example, I've never worn a head wrap. Might be I buy for somebody, but mostly she might be targeting women. You see that the conversation of personalization starts right there. Who does my business want to reach? And want to give you the best way in order to consider this. So when you talk about, when we're trying to look at personalized ads, we talk about the goals that you have. Remember, again, the making decisions for advertising are based on aligning to your business goals. So in the case, your business says that I want to get 5 customers every week. That helps you then know what should I come and actually advertise on, right? So with the examples that we had, let me go back to see, I think, let me take Elvin's example. If he wanted to grow a following that will then convert to customers, his goal would be different to maybe Pauline, who's creating reels because she wants more customers to be aware that there is this product solution they have that maybe people didn't know about in the market, right? So our platform and our advertising options align most times with all the different business goals that are available. We'll talk about advertising by platform and the different opportunities and versions of our ads are available to businesses. But right now, I want us to talk about objectives. So we talked about goals, right? We talked about a business goal and we talked about different businesses at different places having different business goals. I would have loved to see more business goals because I would have been able to give you more examples. But I'll start with whatever's in my head. If a business has a website where it sells maybe their clothes, right? They sell this nice clothes that they've posted up on their website, versus a business, for example, like Elvis, who is in machinery sales, and maybe machinery sales needs more customers to converse, ask like, hey, I am looking for a chaff cutter. Maybe my needs and the needs of somebody else who's looking for a different type of machinery, I need to have a conversation with an expert first before they buy. They're not going to go to the website and buy a tractor worth 10 million shillings, for example. But on the other side, I have a business that is a clothing store that has a website that maybe you buy a top, you buy a dress, and it's 2,000 bob, and that any customer can do. They don't need to actually talk to somebody. They just need to find what they like most. So you see, when we talk about business goals, when we take these two businesses in comparison, Elvis in machinery sales maybe wants 20 leads, what we call them leads. So people who are interested in the product or service that they are offering, so that Elvis and the team can converse with them in order to provide them the solution of their machineries. That versus our business that is selling clothes online, they want more people to visit the website because the more they visit, the more they see their amazing products and etc., and they end up buying. So these two would have two different goals, and hence they would choose from two different advertising objectives that are available on our platform. On our platform, now I'll explain all the different objectives. On one side, and as well, remember when we were talking about marketing this, and want to actually build on its brand awareness. And this means that it wants to be seen over and over to potential customers. So if I have this head wrap business, I can actually post about it. I want more and more people to know that we have head wraps. So that's what we call brand awareness. So we have this brand that's amazing and at this. So brand awareness focuses more on trying to help businesses build their name. So kind of like what Elvis was saying, maybe he's trying to build followers in that brand. Have you ever seen, remember that exercise we talked about brand awareness last week, where we're saying, if you think gifts, who are you thinking? If you think travel, who are you thinking? That's what we call brand awareness, because you've interacted with their content so many times that they come top of mind, right? So awareness has brand awareness. Then secondly, it has reach. A reach objective says that today I'm launching a sale, and I want 10,000 ladies to know about, to really just see and know about this product, etc. So they want to reach. Your objective is to reach more people, maybe to consider the product or solution. So awareness has those two ad objectives that are available. When you move to another phase where you have consideration, is that your business might entice somebody enough to do something different. Consideration starts with a traffic objective where you push traffic, as the name suggests, to something, to a platform. Maybe you have a website. Maybe you want to push traffic to another online page, etc. So traffic ideally is like it has a link that's sending people to something else. Maybe it's even to your YouTube channel. Maybe it's, I don't know, however you want to use traffic. It's a consideration objective because somebody has to be convinced enough that they click in order to leave and go and visit that site. So consideration objectives start with traffic. There's engagement, which is you want more people to engage with the comment, likes, comment, shares, saves. And it's important because sometimes if a business lacks engagement with their customers, you want maybe some commentary. Maybe sometimes you ask even a question, right, to a page, like what types of head wraps would you ladies like more of? And when you post for engagement, it helps you get people to engage with the content. If you have an application, that's app installs, gets more people to go to your app and download it. Video views is an interesting one. You can promote more people to watch a certain video. Maybe you've done a video. And I'll share some of these advertisements and examples and we can see them. You've done a video and you want more people to watch because maybe in between the video is the aha moment, like, oh, so this is what these people do and this is, the solution. Lead generation is kind of like what we talked about with Elvis. He wants more 20 people to say, my name is Alex. This is my email, this is my phone number. I'm interested in machinery that can do ABCD. So that's lead generation, and people submit a lead form. And then there's messages that could cut across Facebook, Instagram, and even WhatsApp to allow customers to come to you. And as they're considering, because they're in a place where they're chatting to ask you about something. How strong is that for a business that I have voluntarily said, let me come and ask you, what is this business club by ABSA? That's a messaging objective. And then finally, in conversion objectives, there's conversions. If you have a site or an e-commerce platform or even a website that is integrated well with our Meta platform, it can read a conversion as an action you want somebody to take on that website. In example, if you have an e-commerce site, obviously it's when people go past add to cart and actually click purchase. And our platforms actually can see the journey of the customer all through. So conversion is interesting. Available also for businesses. So B2B also tell me sometimes, I don't know how to say I've gotten a conversion, but a conversion could be that you've gotten somebody to fill a lead form, on your website that says, I'm interested in the ABSA Business Club membership. So that's a conversion and they leave their phone number, the etc. You can actually count that as a conversion. Catalog sales and store traffic really are pushing towards offline. These have to be integrated with an offline kind of like CRM or enterprise ERP. So conversion objectives are a bit trickier if you don't have a holistic tech system because the platform, what it does, it works with the data as it follows. So if Alex has seen your ad, clicked it, gone to your website, found a product, click to add to cart, to check out, and that then counts as a conversion. So if a business doesn't have all that automation, conversion objectives sometimes are difficult, but we can always try with awareness and consideration because you can also convert in the consideration phase. So in our advertising journey, when we say what we are doing about creating personalized ads, I want to walk you through the journey, then we'll look at it practically. Is number one, you have to do that goal. When you have the business goal, then you merge it with the objective. After merging it with the objective, you can choose all different types of parameters that you can say, I want these types of people to see my ad. I won't really focus on that for now, but I'll pick on it a separate time because we're talking about targeting. Then finally, we'll choose where and when your ads will appear, and then you design your ad. So that's kind of like the process of creating an ad. I want us to first know the thought process of having a personalized ad so that we can get a better ad quality. Then we'll come into this part in detail. So the second part, after you know your goal, you've chosen the right ad objective, is you always want to determine who you want to see your ads. Now, quick question, how many know or can guess, who is your customer? Or you can write for me on the chat by who you want to see your advertisement. See, I've seen a lot of interesting businesses. I've seen authors on the chat. I've seen people in fashion. Who is your customer? who is your customer? By any type of way you determine it. Do you say everyone? Do you usually say people who are aged between 40 and 50? Do you usually say people within Nairobi and have a family? What is that parameter you use to say who is your target customer? That's Charles asking. It's a target audience between 25 to 55. So that's good, Charles. Thanks for sharing. Any one other person? Good. Another one. My target customers are landlords. Thanks, Keter. So as you can see, every business has a customer they're looking for. So when we say we have a goal, we know how the objective works. But now past that, we also need to say, in my second step of creating my advertisement, I need to know and tell the platform my target audience. So in this place, we say, even the biggest of businesses, let's talk about ABSA. I'll take ABSA as an example, right? Even the biggest of businesses, not everybody, you can't say that everybody is my potential customer. You know, ABSA maybe might determine that, wait, we have a very good presence in Kenya, but maybe in Ethiopia, we don't have that good of a presence. So there's no need for us to advertise in the whole of Africa. We can choose Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, etc., where maybe ABSA is strong, and let's not put our advertisement to show in Ethiopia. That's going. And also, when can you open a bank? I think other than the junior club where your parent can open for you and you save together, I'm sure maybe they target customers who have started working. Maybe they say it's between the ages of 20 all the way to 60 or 65 or 70, I don't know. So you see, even the biggest of businesses cannot just say my target audience is everybody, because we usually say identifying your target audience, which is the group of people who are more likely to be interested in what your business has to offer, can increase the effectiveness of your ads and help you reach your business goals. Because when you try and create ads on our platform, you can become more personalized and actually choose the target audience based on data points. So we can say, for example, we can choose demographic data, which then says, this is the age I'm looking for. Some of us had already said some age. I'm seeing on the chat, oh, look, Anne had said everyone. Good, and you're an example then why I was saying we can't really say everyone, right? Because maybe Facebook allows us to have accounts from the age of 13 to 18. Are you serving that customer age group? I don't know. So the more I'm talking about demographics, we're talking about age, gender, and location, right? So if we say everyone, are you able to fulfill an order in Lamu? Are you able to fulfill an order all the way in Turkana? If you're, yeah. So for example, if we were selling, let me say I sell water. I'm a water distribution business, and mainly I sell in estates. So if I run an advertisement all the way and I say the whole of Kenya, as I'm targeting in my advertising, maybe my advertising spend, 90% of it is being spent to chase the wrong type of customer, you see. So why we need to be able to know who our customer is, come to the platform and start with saying the demographic data, the social and behavioral data, and other online activities and hobbies. So you can profile your customer based on what do your customers need, where are they located, and what are some of the characteristics that they share. Now, I'd love to do this exercise with somebody. So on the chat, maybe I'll look at anybody who had said about their customer. Wow, I like Zilpa had done a very good one. If we go to what do my customers need? Her business sells organic foods. So their needs are to eat healthy and eat a healthy lifestyle. And let's say, for example, with Zilpa's Joysil Foods, maybe it serves customers within Nairobi, Kiambu, and Nairobi metropolis area. So that includes all the way till Rongai, Juja, etc., Othika. So Zilpa is continuing to say, my customers, I'm continuing to know my customers. And what are some of the characteristics? She has said they want a healthy lifestyle. So when you can continue to evolve that way, you're able to now start saying, what would a person with a healthy lifestyle be interested in on social media platforms? What age group are they? So you're able to actually even use your own customer data. If you already even have 10 customers, those are enough customers to say, hey, I've noticed 8 are men and 2 are women. Okay, interesting. They look like they are in the working class and maybe they are between 30 and 50. I've noted those are some of the characteristics of my customer. It can help you to, we call it like reverse and try and then use that data to help the platform know, right? So I'm very glad that you're sharing practical examples, and Zilpa, thank you for that one. So you have to ask yourself this, because when you come to the platform, you'll be able to actually say, this is the person I'm looking for. Now, after this brief testimonial, we'll look at some examples, but look at a Mangishi doll all the way from Lusaka, Zambia. And I told you our Meta platforms, the access, the way you use it is the same across the globe. So you can see all the way in Zambia, we have Mangishi who shared a testimonial, and she's 17 years old and was awarded a full scholarship to study fashion design in Los Angeles. And she quickly began to work when she came back and created her own fashion label and started a collection. So Kapasa says that using the platforms, she achieves 90% of her total revenue, and 40% of her sales come from boosted and promoted sales. She uses our WhatsApp platform, our Instagram Direct, and on average receives more than 50 inquiries via these messaging tools. And you can see even with her, she is using an ad objective of messaging. People want to see the fashion line and say, wow, look, I'm looking for something like this. And they message and they share their examples, their ideas, and she designs them and she closes customers. And we say we use these tools to build this personal manner, personal relationships with customers. And this is an example of, if you know what your business wants to achieve and you come to our platform and you know your target audience and etc., you'll be able to shoot direct and be able to actually acquire your customer. We'd love to hear testimonials of people who are saying 90% of my business is from just using my Meta platforms, using my Instagram, using my WhatsApp, because that is true business growth. So let's look at some examples to better cement that in. And here we have a restaurant, we have a plant business, and we have a saloon, right? So when you start from the goal perspective, I want you to understand that all these businesses are different, right? So number one, the ideal customer for a restaurant, you can say is everybody. Everybody eats every day, right? However, no. When they look at their needs, they can say the need is people want to buy reasonably priced quality food and have a place where they can socially engage after work. I'll put this into context. I remember at one time we ran an interesting campaign for a restaurant, a bar and restaurant in Westlands area. And what they used to do is they had a very good happy hour, and in between the week, they would have a band plus maybe like a dinner option, like an offer on dinner options. So the need of the customer was, because Westlands had so much traffic at the time when the roads are being constructed, we used to run campaigns that would target people as they leave work. So from about 1 p.m., we start telling you, hey, today we're having this type of band. Today we'll have specials and meal offers on this and this. So you see, the need of the customer is that they want to socialize with their friends or colleagues after work and not spend that much time in traffic. You see, they know their customer need. Then you can go to demographic, because we know that need. The people working within Westlands area are, I guess the demographics, you can say ages. So we used to target about 26 all the way to 40, mainly because the social hangout, or actually 45, the social hangout scene, comparing different types of stages in life. The young audience is more likely to feel free to stay and eat dinner, while an older audience has their children who have to go in. You see, these are all types of things we have to think about when we know our customer, because you can then say, why am I not targeting 50 plus? It's because at the moment, the restaurant might not be able to serve them during the week, but during the weekend, we would also market the restaurant as a homely place with arts and crafts for kids. And you'd see then that target audience would then start now from 35 and go all the way to 65. So you see, it is interesting if you know who your customer is and who you're targeting. And then the interest is, you can hear, they want, maybe they like quality food after a long day of work and etc. Right? Completely different from the ideal customer of the plant nursery, which for them, they thought about if somebody wants to decorate their home, and their demographics is obviously they have to be like a homeowner or somebody is a professional, and they used to choose anybody who likes, you know, to pop up their space, and they could say, hey, maybe it's people between 20 to 40. That's really different. And they know they live and work around where, just like in the restaurant, they used to live or work around Westlands, right? So even if you were in this other side of Ngong Road or Karen, you didn't matter to us at that time. You are within reach, but with what we knew the ideal customer was not the person in Karen, we preferred the person just in Westlands. And finally, obviously, interest-based, we could say that they desired a green space or some easy to maintain plants, you know. And then finally, the saloon, who is it targeting? This is separate. They're targeting only women, you know, and women living and working around where. On the other side, they look at those are the demographics. So the need is that they convenient and affordable hair salon. Demographics is women of maybe a certain age, professionals, and living and working around a certain place. And the interests, they want it to be fashionable. So you see, this even helps because then you get to know who your ideal customer, then you can come and create it on the platform. So I know somebody was asking for me to share this slide. Okay, here's the slide. When you're creating a new audience on the platform, you can be as specific as the things you've already known your ideal customer profile possesses. Number one, the location. Location-wise, you can target from as little as 2 kilometers of a certain area. I can say my business is here. Today, I'm in the ABSA premise here in Westlands. So I can actually say my ABSA customers, I want to target the ones who are 5 kilometers of this building, or 10 kilometers, or 20 kilometers. The least you can put is 2 kilometers, which presents an interesting opportunity for businesses that are very location-based. If I have a restaurant, I don't want to go so far because I don't think the customers will come for lunch specials all the way from Ongatarongai to here in Westlands. So location, you can actually choose, and you can go in and choose by actually city, street. You can actually find Tomboya Street. You can find Waiyaki Way, and you can actually say, I want those particular roads or streets. I don't want it to go and say, I want the whole of Nairobi or I want the whole of Kisumu. You can choose multiple locations as well, where you can say my business serves these major cities, Nairobi and Mombasa. And you can choose those 2 locations in your location targeting. And you can exclude everywhere else. So it will just be like Nairobi and Mombasa. It won't try and go now, try and find the customer in Kisumu, because the platform knows the customers who are on different locations. You can find some overrun, but it's usually because even if I access today, I was in Nairobi, then tomorrow I am in Kisumu. If I see an advertisement, it will count like a Nairobi advertisement can still be shown to me while I'm in Kisumu. So don't overthink it when you see like maybe a small percentage of customers accessing it from somewhere outside the target geography. You can choose by age, and you can also choose this by range and say, I want 28 to 29. I've run an interesting campaign where we're doing a travel campaign for people who are in travel and events. So this has been interesting because they were targeting people who want to do like a getaway for their like big 2-0, big 3-0, big 4-0, big 5-0. So the events team was trying to do like celebrate that special 50th in a classic and amazing way, and to target people who are between the ages of 49 and 50, right? So it will only capture who are those who are transitioning into that age or in that age group. You can choose by gender if your business serves either men or women alone. Could be a fabric store that's or a clothing store that's only focused on men clothing. Then you say, ideally, I don't need to target women. Yeah, unless there's some overlap where there's maybe women can gift their men or etc. And when you go to detailed targeting, you can try and match people by interests and behaviors. And I want to bring this back to you, our participants. What do you think is the behavior of your potential customer? What is it that they like to see or they might enjoy that you can use and target? In an example, this restaurant, it can say people who are interested in Italian cuisine, because what will they be doing? They'll be scrolling maybe recipes, maybe they are watching some cooking videos of Italian, or maybe even they follow some Italian pages. So tell me about any interest that you think you can find your customer with online. Is it that they like fashion? You guys are a fashion brand, and etc. So I'd love to see some people on the chat. Tell me, what type of interest do you think you can get your customer based on? And here we had an example of the Italian cuisine. So people who match Italian cuisine. Interesting. Not a lot of us know our customers. Oh, good. I like Charles, who has said, I think my customers are engaged shoppers. What does engaged shoppers mean? On the platform, they are always connecting with other brands that are selling something. So they followed other brands, they usually message them, they usually DM them, and that's actually a detailed targeting you can find. Charles, I know that's from experience, and thanks for sharing. People who are interested in traditional food. Stella, that's a good one. You then come into the platform and say people who are maybe interested in health and fitness, because you have that, because what will they be doing? They'll be watching a lot of health and fitness. They'll be watching maybe good cooking options, I don't know, organic. Interesting. And let's see, Tamara, who says they have a co-working space. Okay, that's a question. Tamara, please throw any questions in the Q&A so that I don't miss them. Hannah says, people interested in seminars. Yes, people go to events. There's an option to target and say people who actually attend events or engage events. And last one from Award is saved or free time as the food cooks. I'm lost on that one. I don't know if they are supposed to save the free time. I'm not sure, but yes, there are many interests, including behavioral interests that the platform can help you. Like, for example, if somebody is even using a certain device, for example, if I'm using a Samsung or an iPhone or an etc., it can actually help you. That's by matching the access type. We'll see some more, but then finally in our ads, you can also choose where your advertising should appear. You can choose where you want your ads to go. You can say, today I don't want it to go to our Facebook platform. I really want to focus on Instagram because our ad is for this and this and this. You can choose and it can display on Facebook, Instagram, Meta Audience Network, or even in Messenger. So here you can choose, and when it comes to ask you where do you want your ad to be placed, you can choose between your automatic and your manual placements, and I just want to show you those. These are the different types of placements so your advertising can be. Look at this, can be within your Facebook feed, can be within your Instagram feed, can be within Messenger. And our Meta Audience Network is any partners that then allow the Meta platform to advertise on their platform. It can show while there. So far, so good. I hope we're together and we'll see this practically with some of the ads that I've created or I've had the experience of working with. Is finally you then say, I can determine my budget and the duration of our campaign. So now, obviously, you've seen the chicken and egg situation has been solved. Our budget and duration has to be set by the goals that we have, and then go through the series of saying, who is my target audience? Because then you will have filtered and know who particularly am I trying to advertise to, like by what, how many people can I reach with that? So that then your budget and duration can be very simple. So determining your budget as well is a decision that you as a business hold and own. That Meta will never not refuse you to advertise or actually say that you need a big budget to do so. Budget and duration are determined by how much are you willing to spend on your campaign, what's within your budget. And within that budget, we always talk about when you're advertising, what you set aside and say, okay, our business can afford to put 1,000 bob in 5 days. That's okay. You've set aside that, and you know that that is trying to help you with the objective. But we always have to be real to the fact of our business goal or objective has to be matched with the budget. You can't say you want to get 100 new customers, and how much are you willing to spend? Only 1,000 shillings. So it has to be comparative and relative, and you also have to monitor and learn how people are actually consuming or what types of results you're getting from your budget. So the first one is saying, how much am I willing to spend on my campaign? How much control do you want to have over your budget, and how long do you want those advertisements to run? So determining your ad budget is a decision that your business can make for itself. So on the chart again, just to see how many think that a budget duration, what type of budgets we are talking about. How many want to guess what is the lowest amount you can advertise for per day on our Meta platforms? What's the lowest amount you can advertise for per day? Just put your guesses in the chat and just think how much is the minimum you can actually use. Okay, so seeing some answers. Wow, some of you are big spenders. Okay, interesting answers. And I think I'll take Esther as the closest, just in shillings, but also we had Esther and Stella got it correct. From as low as $1 a day, you can actually spend that $1 to advertise on our Facebook and Instagram platform together. That's, I think now 130. I'm in the bank, I will ask them, but I think it's 120, 126, 130, 135. But as low as $1 a day. So meaning that even if as a startup business and a really, what's it called? You are just starting, right? You can decide that I'll skip lunch today and run an advertisement. Let's see if it will return my investment 2 times, 3 times. Maybe tomorrow I'll eat double the lunch, you know? So from as low as $1 a day, and a platform, you can actually run a platform. Now, I want to hear and see from that experience, from this poll, how many of us have actually run a platform and gotten a good business outcome from doing so? You can say, I spent that 500 shillings and I actually got a good business outcome. Maybe I've never advertised, so I don't know. And maybe some of us are seeing some results we'd love to see. And because after the poll, I'll know what is our experience with the advertisements and where can we help you the most. Because using the testimonials we have, even the attendees we've gotten who volunteered to tell us their business story. So it means we all have the opportunity to turn our no to a yes. If we've never advertised and today we are willing to spend that $1 after learning, we want you to say that $1 actually brought me one customer who actually bought a big stock, and I'm very happy. So that's what our objective is. So let's see some of the participants in our votes. All right, so I'm waiting for maybe another 10 participants to vote. Just give me your view. Have you ever used these sponsored ads? Whether you've boosted a post, whether you've, promoted or whatever, have you gotten any good results from it? So I'll take maybe 5 more votes. 5 more votes. Okay, thank you for voting so quickly. Add 3 more, 2 more. 2 more. I always want to have a majority have voted so that we see the real situation on the ground. So we have, can end the poll now. We have about 40% of our participants have shared with us, and 57% of you have said not yet. I actually love to say no is a not yet. Somebody tells you like, can I become an ABSA Business Club member? And they tell you, well, the minimum is going to be 1 million deposit, which I don't think is what ABSA has. But that's not a no, it's a not yet. It's like, I don't have the 1 million, but I'll get it soon. So even no, all our no's after this training, I hope to convert them to yes. And yeah, so just thought I'd hear your views and opinions. But as we continue to learn, you can see that you can choose your budget and even your schedule. You can run an advertisement for even as little as 1 day. And you say, that's all I had, and that's what my business has invested. You can even choose by hour. I only wanted to run, just as an example, as I was sharing, that some of the advertising we're running was from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Because after 6 p.m., well, most of them have either decided to already go home. So you can actually run it on a schedule so that your budget can be as efficient as possible. So that's setting your advertising budget. So, and then on the final stage, after actually starting and knowing all this, you create your advertisement, you run it, and running it is giving it some days and seeing what's happening by it. As it runs, every day you can actually look at your advertisement and say, is it really performing the way I'm hoping it performs and gives me results? If I review and I realize I wish I could have spent $5 because it's really performing well, I want to give it more boost. You can review and you can change, you can refine, you can always adjust your advertisement, whether it's to add budget, whether it's to change the audience, whether it's to change budget, audience, even creative these days, you can change maybe like the way we've captioned it and etc. So our advertising platform is very flexible to you to be able to reach or iterate. Where you see it's not performing well, where you see it's performing well, you can always improve because you're learning and growing your business. So some of the best practices around advertising is make a good advertisement that can run at least 7 days, and then start with the smaller budget and adjust appropriately. With 7 days, you might have reached quite a huge number to be able to say, just like the way I'm doing a poll, you have a good sample size. Every day, maybe you're watching and you're seeing I'm adding 3,000 people have seen the ad and I've done something. By the time you reach 7 days, that's going to be a very good measure of, wow, I think we need to run another ad like this. We need to continue this ad for another 7 days. So we usually say, run that ad for at least 7 days. You can even start from that as low as $1 a day. Good performance. I know maybe if you're trying to reach more and more people, the more and more, because it will give you an estimate. And I'd love us to now start walking through this practically, because the juice of it is to see that actual businesses do it. So I'll go to our page, Wild International, that we've been using as our example. They've been so gracious to allow us to use them as the case study so that businesses can learn here today. So here we have our Facebook page, and I just want to give you the perspective of the advertising. So on your Facebook page there, as a business owner, there's a few different ways to promote your page. I want to teach you from the basic most. If you're a beginner and you're starting today, there's something called Boost Post. And I know that's one of the platforms a lot of people do engage with. They see Boost Post and they just say, okay, I think I like this post, it's performing well. And you say, I want to boost it. And it's as simple as that, click and it will send you through the different options. However, our platform is accommodative of users of all types of expertise, from if you're a beginner all the way to you're very advanced. So in the beginning, like for example, a Boost Post is a lighter type of advertising where it's not the full one that we'll see in Ads Manager that we'll talk about, but you can still do all the features that we talked about. It's a bit limited to a few things. One, when you say Boost Post, you already have to have created a post that you want to use that is good enough to be promoted. Then you can choose your objective still, and you choose to change it. Here you'll find that, you see, these is not all the objectives that we talked about, right? There were a bit more when we looked at Ads Manager. However, this could actually still help small businesses or startups to try using our platform. Always choose what is, again, from your business goal. If I say, I want more messages, do I want more leads? Do I want more website visitors? What's the most relevant for you? In terms of audience, again, there's still all the features where you can edit and you can choose all men, women, gender, locations, detailed targeting. I want to open for you an example of an audience that's already been created here on the Wild page, I think. Let me just see. You see here, they're targeting Mombasa County, and here they are saying that you can actually target 2 places. So they've targeted Mombasa and Nairobi. They've targeted an age group. Look at the interests. Maybe they're saying they were looking for travelers. So people who are interested in travel and tourism, people who are into parenting, because what are parents doing? They're looking at videos and experience shares of other parents, okay? People who are interested in online shopping, etc, etc. Let me see another audience if we can see for better targeting. Or you see how detailed you can go. People are even interested in tourism. They look at fragrance brands online. They look at air travel. Maybe they look at chocolates. Maybe they're looking at gifting. So in interest, there are so many. And if you come here and you have an idea in your interest, you can always just search an interest. Maybe I want to say organic. Do they eat organic food and drink, organic farming? There are so many of our interests and demographic targeting that our businesses should benefit from to help them get the best of their customers that they're targeting. And you can see even with budgets, see how many? Oh, it's 150 bob. Oh, the minimum budget is 135.55 per day. So that's the dollar that we're talking about. Why I was saying then you adjust this to what's most relevant to your business is because with the 150 bob, you see here it tells you this is my estimated results. So I will get 93 to 269 people reached per day with my 150 bob. But what if I go to 300 bob? It's almost double that number. What if I go to 1,000 bob? Maybe my business can afford to put a little more in. It's able to reach now 1,800 people. And you see it even gives you the estimate. Let's just change the objective because different businesses might want to see this. Let me say I want to get more messages. So when I come to my estimate, I will say that your ad may get less than 28 replies. And we say, okay, 28 replies for me is good enough for that day. Maybe if I take it down, it will tell you the amount of estimated replies. But if I put 4,000, it tells me I might get a different type of reply. So this is just different types of objectives and budgeting based on objectives that you have. All right, so I'll move from that. That's Boost Post, very big, very, if you're very new to advertising, it's a good place to start because you don't find a lot of complications or technicalities, and you are able to start with what you have and try your experience. If I go to the page again, on the left side, you'll see something called Ad Center. Now you've left beginner and now you're at intermediary level where I want to practice and see, because I've learned what Alex has shared. Ad Center, I think, might be a better place for me. Here, it's again more, let me just see if I can, I don't know why it's showing now. I can choose an advertise. I want to create an advertisement. And here, it starts with choosing even my different ad types. So I can say I want to create a new ad. So the objectives you'll see here as we change them will add, right? So if I say my goal, you'll see a bit more will appear. You see now there are a bit more. There's promote your business locally, get more page likes, get more calls. Interesting. All these were not there. So this is getting more advanced, right? Still limited, not the full suite of what we have, but it's again for an intermediary person to go through, create the creative, call to action, etc. It's a bit more than the previous platform. And then finally, I'll go to what we call our Ads Manager platform. I'll close that. And if you just go, actually, let me not close that. If you just go to your page, if you're looking to go to your ads manager platform, so this is at the very, I guess now advanced level, you can go here. When you open to your page, you'll find your ads manager. So you just click ads manager and your platform will take you to where your ads manager should be. So I'll open this one for one of the examples that we'd already opened. And just see some examples. All right. So this is also just maybe one of the businesses we thought is also relatable. All of us have laundry, and hence maybe a laundromat might be good. And this is an example. So it's a post, it has a video, and its objective is to get people to inquire. So they've pretty much done their caption and etc, but you can watch a little video and then you can decide, look, I'm looking to ask about how my laundry can be taken care of. And you see, by running this little advertisement, so they got all the inquiries, so those 31 comments etc, but look at the key objective of what their business wanted, right? It wanted people to message, come to their WhatsApp platform, maybe Instagram and etc, and message them. So the business then reports that it was able to get messages, right? And that was the amount of people who are reached. These are the impressions. So our ads manager platform, I guess, is, to a new person, might look a bit more complicated. But there's some enough reading materials that I'll share with you that you can learn how to use this ads manager. Personally, from experience and using it for so many years, it gives the best results. Because you can tailor your campaign more. You can see here you start your journey from a campaign, then you go to something called an ad set, which is like a set of the ads that you want to do, and then you'll go to the ad level. As you can see, it's a bit more complicated, but what if I say I want to create a campaign? All the different options that we were talking about previously are now there, right? If I want to say I want to run traffic, right? Awareness. You see here, I'm given reach, brand awareness, video views, store location awareness. If it's traffic, landing page views, link clicks, messenger, calls. If it's sales, I even get conversions, etc, calls, leads for lead generation, etc, etc. So you can see the objectives appear more because the platform knows you are the advanced or the advanced user who wants the best of this campaign. But all the other parameters, I'll just choose maybe one of the advertisement. If we go level by level, so this is a campaign whose objective was WhatsApp. You get to even name your campaigns however you want. So you can choose and you say, I want the messages to only come. See, these ones they were targeting, they wanted customers to only come to WhatsApp. So they connected their WhatsApp number and their budget for 500 shillings per day. Maybe the laundromat was looking to convert and get in its customers. And you could see even in targeting, this is where maybe their laundromats are. So you're able to target geographically. And I say, I want, this is, you see by road, as I was explaining, Naivasha Road, Karen End, and within what radius of that location. And even on placements, you can choose and say, I only want it to be on Instagram. I only want it to be on Facebook. So the journey of creating a campaign, just like we shared before, was choose the objective you have, and more awareness. It will walk you through the journey. It's step by step, it's intuitive. You'll be able to just, after that, choose what's in your ad set. What do I want to do with that? I want more people to watch my video, etc, etc. So it might be a bit more technical, but all the parameters that we've already shared exist, right? Even with your audience control. I don't want Kenya. I want Wayakiwe, where I am now. Yeah, Wayakiwe. And I choose Wayakiwe and only 2 kilometers, 4 kilometers, 5 kilometers, etc, etc. So our ad creation might seem complicated, but it's a really simple step-by-step process. And one of the other benefits, last week I had an interesting question from our participant, how can you know what type of good creative? So we have our campaign idea generator. If you Google Facebook campaign idea generator, you'll find And you'll see here, if you want ideas, like, okay, I have a professional services business and I would like a campaign for, or Mother's Day is coming, maybe you didn't have an idea, you can always come here and get inspired. So they have Meta have a few different case studies they've tried to compile for you so that you have the best types of ideas or learn from others for those types of campaign. Okay, professional services doesn't have that. Let me see that. Restaurants. Or is my platform frozen? Let me just refresh that. Oh yeah, so here they appear. So here they give you campaign ideas and they say, even they give you copy ideas. Spoil mom with a meal she loves. Moms eat free, 30% off, 10% off. And you'll actually even find success stories. So maybe for this one, we don't have that, but let me choose any time of the year. And you can get a lot of different ideas. So here you'll see Instagram inspiration. Let me go to Instagram inspiration. And you're able to see just different case studies. So this one is a new menu item, content. You'll find some different ideas around restaurants and maybe creatives and offers. So you can always just learn from, some of their experiences. So just through our case study. So if you're looking at creating an advertisement and you don't know where to start, you can always learn from some of our platforms using our campaign idea generator. So up to there, I'd love to stop and take any Q&As that are happening on my Q&A tab. And that's pretty much the process of advertising on our platform. Let me see. So I'm seeing some questions here from Zilpa asked, recently ran an ad on Instagram and after a few days they stopped and my account got credited back. Got a message on product violation. I reported as harassment and bullying. I wasn't sure how to go about it. Oh, Zilpa has an interesting question. So that's a technical question. I don't want to advise on a technical question unless I'm certain of how it looked like. But sometimes our Meta platforms also have what we call limitations to what you can advertise. So I think it's always good before you start an advertisement, you can Google, is there a Meta ad violation? So sometimes you can't do, I think tobacco is banned on the platforms. So there are violations that can happen. So it's always good to read and see if your ad can be within violation so that it cannot be halted and get the violation warning. So because I don't know Zilpa's business and product line, I might not be able to advise fully, but maybe just read through the ad violations that are there. So I hope that was helpful. Lynette asks, what if you want to create brand awareness? Can you target everyone and later then narrow down? Lynette, that's a good question. Depends again, is everyone relevant to your business and your business have enough budget to then target everyone? ABSA is great when they changed from Barclays. I think the awareness was, let's make sure everybody knows we've rebranded to ABSA, right? So everybody was advertised to, whether through TV, whether through ET. So they build a lot of awareness that Barclays is now ABSA. But then much later, of course, they narrowed it down and were able to target whoever their ideal customer was. So Lynette, good question. Hopefully that example, it has helped. So one question, for a co-working space that targets remote workers and companies, is it possible to set the location worldwide, or will it be costly and make us lose money through clicks, or will it be too broad? If you have a co-working space, unless it's a global, so again, it's just the relevance of who you're looking for. Who can sit in your co-working space? If I see your advertisement while I'm in New Zealand, will I really fly to Kenya to come to your co-working space? If it's only a business based in Kenya, for example. However, if it's maybe a global business that has co-working spaces, maybe target within the cities that you are. It's quite expensive to advertise to over 2 billion people that are available on our platform, it will be not the best use of your advertising budget, I'd say. Hillary asks, I have a page which is restricted for monetization, probably because I advertise live animals. That's correct. One of the violations is you can't advertise live animals. But however, there is, can't remember how this was done. You can actually talk about just the agri product. You don't have to post the live animal and say, I'm selling this live animal. You can talk about we sell layers. Maybe you can look into how Kenchik is doing it, because they do advertise and they are not in violation. Hillary, I hope that helps. I just tried to share with him a local brand that might be good to consider, because yes, there's live animals are restricted from being advertised. So there's a question, Helen, for ABSA. Maybe you can respond it within the chat, within the Q&A. So one of attendees says, I maxed out on friends request on my Facebook. The professional mode is not visible, neither the followers button. Oh, then you should look into having a page. You only have a profile. We covered that in session 1. Maybe you can watch the recording and see the difference between a profile and a page, so that you can really go beyond the even 100,000 limit. Caroline asks, can you boost a post that you've boosted before? Yes, you can reboost a post that you've boosted before if it performs well, so you can relaunch it again. Is it a... Yeah, so Cynthia, good question as well. I think similar to the other one. So Bowers asks about pickup hours, best times to do ads. I know ads cost more the longer hours they stay. Boss, yeah, ideally, but unless your business is time-phased, in an example of that restaurant I was using, they were only advertising this special offer hour or a happy hour because it only applied between 5 to 7. So we used to advertise it between 1 and 7 p.m. So it's not relevant that I started in the morning. It might be, but the strategy at the time was just 1 to 7. But if it's a normal business, I think you never know when your ideal customer is online. You can never dictate that. You can never say that, Alex, now I've finished my ABSA training. Now I'll just log on to my Facebook and just scroll through. If you pause it, then I might have missed seeing your business. So always advisable to have your ads just run concurrently. What kind of call to actions can I use to make my ad sell? Interesting. Oh, Agatha, that's a really good one. I think it really depends. Again, if you're doing awareness, consideration, or conversion, I think always short copy around the value proposition at the beginning. So at the very top, it's really about the copy, the imagery, and now the call to actions are, there's so many. There's get offer, learn more. All those are available in call to actions. And to those who might not have engaged with what call to actions are, it's like the one we saw for message now. So this is a call to action. So this one, like chat with us, that's a call to action. This button for WhatsApp is a different ad that I had set up. I don't know if I did. Yeah, a call to action is this. Chat with us, then it has this WhatsApp. That's the call to action. So they are many from learn more, visit websites, and so on and so forth. There's not usually any best ones, but it's really in the copy and the creative that helps. So I hope that answers that. And I'm down to my second last question before we go to the next slide on WhatsApp, which I know a lot of us are eager about. Okay. So many of us are sharing their experiences. I have a small business selling thrifted clothes on Instagram, and I'm trying to grow my followers. Apart from boosting my posts, what else can I do? That's a good question. I think mainly we covered a lot of what content inspires people to come to your page and stay to your page. So I think more of a content conversation. Then with better content, if you can, the better you get follow through and conversions to your page. So thank you for that question, and we will then come back to any other questions you might have on the Q&A. Keep adding them as we try and finish with our last deck of the day, which is WhatsApp for Business. So let me just share that and we can jump right into it. All right. So before I jump into that, I'd love to share another poll and just to understand, I know we all learned something, about our advertising platform and the ad buying process. So now that you understand it better, what were you not doing correctly that was maybe limiting the results you were getting? So out of this, is it that you were targeting too many people? Was it that your creative maybe was a bit boring? Was it that the objective was never clear? Was it that you didn't know you can actually apply a bigger budget, a lower budget, and monitor? I'd love to see which one have you taken home that you have to improve as part of your advertising process so that you can get the results you deserve. So I'm seeing some different votes coming in, and it's so interesting because it's split through so many different things. The target audience is taking the lead. The creative is then second, following closely. And our objective as well, and even our budgets. So it's good to see that you might say, okay, I've run an advertisement. Okay, I've never run an advertisement, or I ran an advertisement, but I didn't know why I was just getting different types of, or I was never getting inquiries. I was never getting conversions and so on and so forth. So keep voting. Again, I love to have at least a good sample size so that I can see that if I can add on to any knowledge that you have or any challenge that you have to improve. So I'll take 10 more votes. 10 more votes. Come on, if you haven't voted. I'd love to understand, where do you think your challenge was arising from? Now that you've learned, I know you'll improve it. 10 more votes. I have gotten 5. I need only 4 more now. 3 more now. 2, 1. And yeah, fantastic. And you can see that's why our training is so holistic, and it can be 1 2-hour session, 1 full day, because every business can find a different push or pull that's really affecting how it's growing. And we like to solve all the pushes and pulls so that your business can now be streamlined. You can see not even many of us were struggling with the objective. Many of us were struggling with the creative, with the target audience, with the budgeting, right? You didn't know if you can actually put, I've actually once accidentally seen a client who had put, instead of putting, they were trying to put, I forgot what was them. I think either 100 shillings and they put $100. And that day they were like, whoa, we've gotten so many sales. We've never got this many sales. What's wrong? But they realized it was the $100 they were spending instead of the 100 shillings. I think it was back when the dollar was still 100 shillings. So, but it's something that happens and it's surprising. So we learn, and we thank you for sharing your experiences, and we learn where to improve and give you insights. So thank you for participating in our polls. So let's talk about now how to really, really, really close it for businesses. And we talk about WhatsApp Business. And what we'll talk about is, why is WhatsApp so powerful? Why we use it in our business? What features and a case study can we have? Getting started, staying safe, engaging with our business profile, showcasing our products, and being organized and responsive. So messaging has really grown to be the soul of a worldwide economy, where businesses really engage with their potential customers. Our WhatsApp platform is actually growing. And in Kenya, I love to say this because Kenya leads the world in WhatsApp penetration. I don't know if that's changed, but that's my statistic from last year. I knew about it. About 96.7% of there's WhatsApp, I think WhatsApp penetration in Kenya. Meaning that if there are 100 people in a room, 96 of them have WhatsApp. It's a really powerful statistic, because in some even developed countries, It's not because of development, they just use different applications. In Sweden, for example, they prefer Facebook Messenger, and everybody's on Facebook Messenger, and like maybe 30% of people are on WhatsApp. So Kenya is doing really great, and obviously this presents for you the opportunity for your business to actually connect with your customer. Why use WhatsApp Business? The simplicity, the reliable, light data use, and secure end-to-end encryption, and it's free to use. With WhatsApp Business, you can actually drive sales, streamline business processes, use it as a channel for marketing and brand awareness, and actually build relationships and partnerships. And WhatsApp grew and is able to adapt to growing needs of businesses because WhatsApp Messenger initially was founded and it helps individual communication, one-to-one groups. But when we launched WhatsApp Business, we saw the opportunity that businesses can do more. They can have catalogs, they can exchange, they can transact with businesses. In some countries, WhatsApp Business actually has WhatsApp Pay, where customers are actually paying you direct on WhatsApp. And going all the way to Nigeria, where we look at a business, Ogolord added the WhatsApp Business to its workflow to coordinate between customers across Africa. And they go as far as Vietnam, Spain, United States, where customers engage and can come directly to WhatsApp and buy from them. So WhatsApp Business has made our operations look like a 24-hour service. Isn't that amazing? So here you can see the examples of how they're able to engage and chat and use the tool to grow for their business. So how do we get started on the WhatsApp Business app? Just give me 1 minute. Oh, okay. I thought there was a fire because that sounds like the fire drill. However, I think luckily not a fire. So getting started with the WhatsApp Business app is, you get to download the experience, similar, review our terms and service and accept. And one of the beautiful things what WhatsApp Business has brought to business owners is the freedom to use one application, or to use one phone to have two applications. You can keep your WhatsApp regular and you can keep your business and use them separately without needing a secondary phone. That's really powerful for business owners. And you can actually even, maybe you already have a regular WhatsApp and you wanted to migrate to the WhatsApp Business because of all the functionalities you'll see and learn from us today, is you can actually migrate it in 4 easy steps. You can back up your regular WhatsApp, download the WhatsApp Business, register your phone number and transfer your accounts. It will be able to carry your backup and all your chats will not be lost, neither will your contacts, neither will your photos, as long as you do this chat backup option. Then you can move to downloading the app and then you can restore your number and restore the backup. So you can use the backup to then be restored into your accounts and the transfer will begin automatically. So within a matter of maybe 30 minutes, if you really have a big WhatsApp backup, it will at least start and resume your chats and then it will keep backing up or restoring your backup in the background. That gives businesses opportunity to navigate and change through this WhatsApp Business that we're training on. And WhatsApp Businesses brings productivity in its best form. Why? Because a business might have a customer service team. A business is easier to manage chat on laptop. Like right now I'm on my laptop. It's easier for me to respond to inquiries of my customers through my online platform or through my laptop. So you can connect to WhatsApp web. So that's one. You can have WhatsApp web. You can have WhatsApp desktop, a desktop application that you can connect your WhatsApp Business to. Meaning that if I have my phone, which is the one that I've primarily put my WhatsApp Business, we can install the WhatsApp web or WhatsApp desktop to another computer that somebody else can manage and engage with. So that gives businesses the productivity of using it online. And Just like we taught the foundations of Facebook, Instagram, and so on, WhatsApp also wants you to continue to be safe because, again, there's spam, misinformation, and also the risk of getting hacked. So what we can do is, number one, on our platform, minimize data collection happens. The features are really designed with the customer in mind and security. And there's always end-to-end encryption, meaning that between me and another chat, nobody can intercept that. WhatsApp has even introduced two-factor authentication, where two-step verification, so that you ensure that even if somebody tries to set it up from another computer, another phone, they won't be able to unless they use the two-step verification. So you can then control also your experience and so on and so forth. And finally, one other thing that's important is avoid being spammed or hassled, because now, if, for example, your number is on your website, on your Instagram, there might be potential that hackers might come and try and message you a false link or a spam that might, a foreign link or a foreign number contacts you and they send you, click this link to fulfill this order. We want to order 1 million from you. And as a business, you'll get excited. So watch out for these messages. Mainly, they contain misspellings. They request you to tap on a link. They request you to share business information. Just like the way ABSA keeps telling you, watch out, we'll never ask you for your PIN. We'll never ask you for this and that. The same type of security measures you take for your bank, also take for your online properties, because you might build your next big business because of this platform. And now the chance of being hacked is really bad. And if you ever identify those messages and spams or groups that you've been added that you didn't believe are people you can identify groups and report them. You can report spam messages, because it helps keep our online platforms safe and secure for you and for others. So if a message looks suspicious or sounds too good to be true, don't tap it, don't forward it, don't share it. And for you as a business as well, there is the possibility that you might be suspended for similar type of behavior. Number one, a WhatsApp business account can be, even a WhatsApp regular account can be suspended. Number one, because of you're sending automatic, massive, or unwanted messages. So what you're doing is you're copying, pasting, please buy from my business, and you send to 500 customers or 500 chats who you don't even know. Maybe you got some phone numbers. That can lead to you getting suspended. There's something we call broadcast lists, which allow you, if you have a customer base and you want to be sending a blast and tell them, hey, happy Easter, kind of like the messaging ones we get, you can use a broadcast. However, a broadcast can also be abused, that every day you wake up and you're sending 10 broadcasts to 2,000 people. So on our platform, we try and say that, even if a business is growing and big, it shouldn't be always casting a replica message to people. So don't abuse the broadcast lists. So also using a contact list, sometimes there are this, maybe you've exported your customer list and now somebody takes it and now starts using it. So if you also start using numbers that are not yours and sharing with them material, and also material you see that incites racism, threatening, or intimidation, you might find that our security team will suspend your account and sometimes permanently refuse you to ever use WhatsApp on that contact again. So also please ensure that you use the application well enough. Now that you know the foundations of the platform, let's talk about how you can benefit from creating an engaging business profile. Number one, it's important that a business can build a good presence that can ensure that it has credibility and it simplifies the ease of access to our customers. So it's a first impression, right? It's a first impression we are creating for our customers. So having a good WhatsApp business is much better than just using our regular WhatsApp because of all these new functionalities. A business profile is able to feature a lot more functions, and you can see here, a business profile is able to feature things like a description, a location, a cover graphic, the times that you're open, the business line, the description, the contact, the catalog. And you can see here in the example of this business called New Fashion, you can use it. You can create a beautiful profile like this, which can drive sales, it can streamline your business processes, and you can use it for channel marketing and partner relationships. You can add your location, including the PIN. Sometimes even customers can access our business location using the PIN we add on our profile. You can add a profile picture, business activity hours, and say that our business is able to use a physical location and so much more. So a business profile looks professional. Let me try and get one example so that we can see together. I think I have my WhatsApp open here somewhere, and I'll just try and show you a business profile and how a good business profile is created, or how it looks like at least. Just give me 1 minute as I try to open that WhatsApp. Okay, so I have here. Yep. So I want to share my screen and you can see what a business profile looks like. Am I sharing? I don't know. Oh, share. Yes, there you go. So here is a business profile. See, this is African UVA, which is a contact line. You can see there's a profile picture. Look at the cover graphic. I hope it's really, let me zoom in a bit more. Sorry, I used it in, right? I hope that's it. So you can see here, even the closing and open time, women clothing store. It has a catalog. It has products that have been listed well. Look at the description. Look at the times it's open from Monday to Sunday. Sunday, they tell you I'm closed. Saturday, I'm open only till 4 p.m. Interesting. Where are they located? They even have a pin. And I told you, you can add your email, you can add your website, and you can even see this catalog. So this is the difference of what a business profile is. Look at how beautiful that is. Very well designed, and meaning that your customer has a good impression and they can actually help themselves in the platform. If I was shopping for African UVA's fashion designer clothes, I don't need to ask a mini question. Can I see this? Can I see this? Do you have this? I can come here and actually look through all their types of products and businesses and look at photos. You can add photos, you can add descriptions, you can add pricing, and you can say, I want to add this to my cart. So that when we get to it and I say I'm finished, I want to send to the business what I want. So these are some of the features. Let's go back to our slide and continue to learn about the other features that the WhatsApp business offers you. On the WhatsApp business profile, you can create the catalog and cart that we've seen. And the catalog helps you to create one digital store where you can create catalogs and add multiple items. For example, you have seen it, African UVA, she could add, maybe she has tops, she has hats, and you can put them in categories. Each item can have a title, price, description, images, and even a code. And those products are shareable. They have a professional look and they help maintain with the engagement. You can create a catalog right here on your business profile, on WhatsApp business profile, and it's right there. It means you can share. If somebody asks for a product, if somebody asks for, like, let me see all your hats, you can share that whole catalog. And ideally, the cart can help facilitate the intent of purchase, where somebody can see, I found this and this and this and this. It's like going to the supermarket and just adding more things to your cart. So it's efficient. It allows people to create a list of what they need, and allows you to place the orders right there. So this is sharing a catalog with a link and an example. So catalogs are interesting, but we have another feature called labels as well, which helps small businesses connect with customers more dearly and get them organized. With labels, what can you do? You can organize your chats, you can segment your contacts, and you can be able to create the ability to engage with your customers for further arrangements. It's efficient, and you can create up to 20 different labels. In an example, here, what we talk about labels is I've created a label here where it's like putting a sticky note. If we were all somewhere in a line and I was able to be given a sticky note or something that can identify each customer, I give you a gray t-shirt, a blue t-shirt, a red t-shirt. That's what labels are. If you know the red t-shirts mean this customer has not yet paid, you know those are the customers who have not yet paid. So within that label, you can follow up with those customers. Even if you said you want to label them by location or by function, you can see here they've put labels. This one needs a response, this one is in process, this one is payment, and they've just put that label to help you find and identify your customers in an easier way. So using labels, you can manage communications and engagements with your customers, and that helps you with sorting and engaging with your customers as fast as possible. You can see customization helps with all types of business, whether you're a service business, where example here, you can say new inquiries, appointments, waiting for quotes. While here, if you're a product business, you can say maybe these are by sizes, these are pending, regulars, and your mind can go crazy and actually apply what you think is best. So labels are also a great function that we have on our WhatsApp business platform. And finally, another function that you find for helping businesses engage better with customers is the messaging reply tools that we have. One, we have automated versions of the same, such as a greeting message, away message, and quick replies. So these automated messages help us simplify the journey. Some of us might want 50 customer inquiries per day. Can you imagine? We work with a baby business that actually advertises, and customers come through WhatsApp, and they get on average 80 to 150 inquiries per day. Sometimes that number has gone up to 400. You can imagine without WhatsApp business, what they would have to do to respond to all these inquiries. If they didn't have a greeting message, which is a great way to welcome your customers the first time they engage. So somebody, let's say, for example, I've seen your ad on Facebook. You see here, they have an automated message that says, thank you for contacting New Fashions. So it's like a welcoming message. And what it does, it sends that message to customers who are writing for the first time or haven't written to you in 14 days or more. So at least Ali here, an example, has received a nice welcoming message telling them, we'll respond to you soon, or thank you for writing to us, and etc. Within your greeting message or any of these automatic messages, you can add templates, you can add images, you can add PDFs, so that your message, if somebody is going to ask, or this greeting message is going to show them we are located in Wayakiwe somewhere. Here is a pin, and the pin can be within that message, so that many customers, it's something you've noted frequently, they like to know. So that's a greeting message. An away message is similar to that, but is one that you can put on a schedule and say, maybe on Sunday when we are closed, we really don't want to look at the phone at all. So we'll put an away message that says, thank you, we are now closed, but we'll reply to you as soon as we are back. We'll be open 9 a.m. Monday. You see? So it's an away message that you can send and set a specific time, and you can choose the parameters, whether to send to everybody, whether to send to new customers only, existing customers, and so on. And then finally, we have our quick reply tool, which is ideally very helpful for businesses that always get frequently asked questions. Where are you located? If you were to write that every day, you would get tired. You know, if you're to write, if somebody asks, do you have like this one, do you accept cards? You see here, they've already written a quick reply that says, yes, we accept all cards. And here with your quick replies, you can have a shortcut so that when somebody asks, you just click, you don't have to type it. You've already pre-written most of the messages that you want. So take a scenario where your business is getting those 100 messages a day. And many of them want to ask, what do you have in stock? And maybe you already have a catalog. You can always tell, thank you for your inquiry. Here's a link to our catalog. It's always updated. It has everything and all products we have in stock. Please review it. Tell us how we can help. If you write that to 100 customers, trust me, you at one point you'll just be sending links. You'll just be copy paste, and that will also be tiring. But with WhatsApp Business, we have all these tools to help you and your business to continue scaling and growing. And what can you really take away from that? With WhatsApp Business, you've created a mobile storefront, and ideally where you can bring in your customers. And why we wanted it to be the last part of the training. It's where you can funnel in your customers and really close your business opportunities and manage your customers really well. Good customer experience leads to a customer buying and buying again. You can create a catalog to be able to show your products, pricing, more information, and so on. You can share your catalog everywhere, including, because it's a link, you can share it to people in a group, you can share it on Facebook, you can share it on Instagram, and people can come there. You can create labels to be able to manage and organize your chats, and you can create up to 20 different ones. You can create, using our message templates, you can simplify the job of managing your business using your greeting message, your away message, and your quick replies. And don't worry, today we've covered a lot, but you can continue learning this and much, much more on our Meta Blueprint platform, where you can learn pretty much. If you want to learn about Ads Manager, you find it a bit complex, go on to Meta Blueprint and learn it completely free. As I close my session, as I take your last few questions, as I thank you, my participants, for attending, I want you to give me your feedback on the feedback form below that's been shared on the chat. You'll see it's shared by Ian Makale of Wild. So it's not a suspicious link. I know you've learned about suspicious links, but give us your feedback as we answer some questions. And I also hand it over back to Helen in a very short while to wrap it up and tell you what we are very gracious for. Jedaida asks, is it possible to have all businesses in my regular WhatsApp to business WhatsApp? Jedaida, I don't understand the question, but I think maybe I'm understanding. You can have one WhatsApp business profile and one regular WhatsApp profile on one phone, meaning that if you have a personal line and one business you're running, it can be able to fit into one phone. If you're asking if you can have multiple businesses, that's still not possible. But if you want to have WhatsApp business connected to, maybe to be connected to all your businesses, you can use our Meta Business Suite platform, where each page can actually connect its WhatsApp account there, and you'll be able to look at them from there. So Jedaida, I hope that helps answer your question. So Anne asks, where can I learn about ads as a beginner? Today's session was a great beginning, but you can continue to learn on our Meta Blueprint platform. Link will be in the chat shortly. You learn that completely free. Whether you want to move from advanced or beginner to advanced, we're happy to help you. What if you're selling 2 products, therefore 2 pages? Can you still manage both pages with one profile? Yes, if you have Meta Business Suite. If you are an admin of even 10 pages, as I think I shared some examples where I was jumping in from admin of this page to another page, you can manage as many as possible as a business owner. Last few questions. I have a small business. Okay, that one I answered. So I think our questions. Oh, Hillary was asking about the local brand that does poultry and are not in violation. Hillary, you can check on Kenchik. I know they still do advertising on the Meta platforms, and they are not in violation. So you can look at that. Thanks for your question. Stella, okay, I missed a few questions. Stella says, from your experience, what's an average budget you've used on ads for a small business that converts for, say, awareness? Stella, that's an interesting question. I guess it's also a range because businesses vary. Like a business that's in retail that can sell to, like the baby store business, is selling to every type of parent, and they're delivering all over, even Kenya. So for them, a spend of about 1,000 bob was getting them, they would spend even maybe 5,000 bob per day to get those types of 100+ inquiries, because for them, that's what they wanted. But I think on average for small businesses here, we say maybe $3, maybe like 300 bob to 600 bob is a good budget that actually gets you good results. It's not like just peeping in, but this gives you some leeway. Again, because every budget and campaign as you're optimizing will give you the estimate of the reach and the results. You can work from that to either scale down or scale up. But we usually say start with a smaller number, then learn what that smaller number is helping you get. Then you can multiply it times 2, times 3 if you need that type of multiplier effect. And I think now I've answered all the questions. Fantastic. And I'll hand it over to Helen. Helen, welcome back.
Thank you, Alex. It's been an awesome presentation, training, learning a lot, even from my end here. So before we close this session, I would like to give one lady a chance to just give us a testimonial of how these trainings, especially the Boost with Meta, are supported the business. Tamara, if you can hear me, please give us a brief of how these trainings are supported. You just to encourage another entrepreneur out there to be joining this training and to see the benefit. Was it helpful? Karibu sana Tamara Mungai. Tamara is from Millennia Work Depot. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much, Helen. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank you so much for the opportunity. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tamara Mungai. I am the digital marketer and customer experience executive at Millennium Work Depot, where we provide more than a workspace. It's an ideal co-working space that we create what workspace you need. So from fully furnished offices, training room, podcasts, dedicated desk, we have the right opportunity for each and every inspiring individual. And from the time I joined the team, it's been really difficult for our social media to make the impact that we wanted, where we want to grow a community, we want to be able to interact with our customers and get as much engagement as we can. So one of the biggest takeaway from this webinar that we have been attending is understanding why customers come online, and most of it is from connection. As Alex has stated in one of the first sessions, it's not just about broadcasting, but it's for building a community. There's a reason why people come online, and creating the perfect ads for them is able to attract them to the perfect fit for your company. We also learned about engaging stories, showcasing the energy of community, sharing updates about your company. That's something that's very key, especially within your highlights, which is the first point that someone goes to when they go into your Instagram page. So making sure that you're creating high quality content and not just focusing on quantity. You make sure that you're showing what people want to see, you're answering or solving a problem that they have. So through this webinar, we've been able to even learn how to save time, scheduling our content, making content 2 weeks prior. And it's been so much easier, especially this week. I've just been posting. Then sometimes that days I'll take off and just be like, I'm gonna go create content for the next 2 weeks. So we also learned about pinning our post, because also they're the first things that people will see. So we pinned the post that mostly we want our customers to interact with. For example, when we were launching our summer studio, to Millennium Work Depot, we're so grateful, and we cannot wait for the next webinars to join them. Thank you, Helen.
Thank you so much, Tamara. I think I can't put it any better. You've summarized the all 3 series that you've had for the last couple of weeks. So to our audience and all of you who have managed to join the 3 series, we really appreciate you. And in case you've not received all the recordings, we'll be sharing again all of them to everyone who have joined today. But in case you've not received any, just shoot us an email and we'll be able to respond to you on that. For my closing remarks really is just to thank you for finding time. We know you are all very busy entrepreneurs, and sitting for 2 hours to listen to someone train you, it's a big sacrifice, and we don't really take that for granted. Thank you so much, and I'm hoping that it is of benefit to your business. I would like to see you giving more testimonials to us. You have our email addresses. Tell us how this training has been of benefit to you. Special thanks to our trainer Alex for your dedication and commitment to these trainings. We've done these trainings with Alex as our main trainer since 2021, and really he has been doing just a good job. Thank you so much, Alex, and we don't take that for granted too. To our partners, where Alex is based, World International, great partnership that we have with you. The great, awesome team that leads this program, Veronica Bosibori, Cynthia Ireri, Robert Njenga, Kedenji Kirenya, Monica, and all you wonderful people at World International. Thank you so much for supporting our customers at Absa Bank with these trainings every year, and we really appreciate you for that. On to our today's speakers who have given testimonials of how the programs that we are supporting them at Absa Bank through the Business Club have supported you. Ms. Quinta Anyango, from the founder and MD of Wrapped Nation, thank you so much for taking your time to just inspire the other entrepreneurs with your story. It was amazing, and we look forward to working with you as you grow your business to the next level. Stanley Irongo, who is one of our also ambassadors and customers, the MD of SoftBite Technologies Kenya. Thank you for your story also on how the Comma program is supporting you with your business as the founder, learning how to step back and now think about the growth of your business instead of the daily, day-to-day running of the business. Tamara Mungai, thank you so much. Tamara works for Millennia Work Report. Thank you for summarizing the whole 3 series for us and what you've learned and really what you are doing to support your business with the knowledge that you've gained from here. To all of you, we really appreciate you. Looking forward to having you next month. We'll be sharing our next topic that we'll be discussing, and hoping that you register. So look out for our emails. For those of you who are not yet our customers, I really insist on that. Send us your email address, and we'll be able to onboard you as our customer under the club. You can also be able to get this support from all our branches outside out there. We have a good customer service who will usher you in and take you through how to open an account and onboard you to the club. Thank you so much. Until next time, there's a poll that we are running right now, just to give us your feedback and how we can really engage you better through these webinars. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Please take your time as you give us your feedback.
Our stories begin right here, and we never write them alone. Sometimes we write them with someone who puts our story first. Other times with someone who puts their own story first. There'll be pages we love to read again and again, and some we'll barely remember. Sometimes we feel like the hero of our story, and other times, not. There are stories of dreamers, stories of creators, stories of strivers, stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. That's why we invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters.
My name is Josephine Gichana. I'm a business woman. Nafanya business yangu Kisii. Duka yangu inaitwa Jacho Farm Machinery na iko along Kisii Kisumu Highway. Sana sana mimi ni muuzaji wa posho mills na nauza sugarcane crusher, chaff cutter na choppers. Hii duka nilianza kitambo tukiwa na mzee wangu. Kafanya vizuri, kaendelea vizuri, lakini wakati mzee akafika akawa mgonjwa for the whole year. Sasa ikawa business imerudi chini kabisa. Nikabaki hata na engine moja. Sasa from there kapatana na watu wa bank from Absa Bank, wakakuja kwa sababu walikuwa wanajua mzee na alikuwa na account kwa hiyo bank, wakanichukua wakanipatia loan unsecured 500,000. Hii nyumba ilikuwa na deni, tulikuwa na arrears mpaka hospitali, nikalipa at least nikaanza from there. Na hiyo loan imenisaidia sana. Kitambo nilikuwa nafikiria ukichukua loan itakusaidia, but nimekuja kujua maana ya kuchukua loan. Inaweza kukutoa mahali at least ufike pahali. Bora tu unaimanage vizuri. Kwa marafiki zangu, majirani na wale ambao hawajajiunga na Absa Bank, na waomba mjiunge na Absa Bank kwa sababu nimewajua, najua ni bank mzuri, imenisaidia kwa sababu nilianza na mashine moja na saa hizi naona nimeendelea. Absa Bank nawashukuru sana, mlinisaidia na muendelee kufanya hivyo hivyo kwa wengine.
Now let's elevate it with Absa Business Banking. Speak to us about how we can help you get it done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa.
My name is Dr. Vitalis Ogola. I'm a dentist in Kisumu, practicing in Royal Dental Clinic. Dentistry has not been offered in the peripheries. People have known dentistry as kung'oa meno or extracting teeth. So we wanted to offer a different narrative of preserving teeth, even in the rural areas. This year, we had one of the biggest hit on our business. We woke up one day and our clinic was burnt. And then for the first 2 days, we were wondering what can we do to bring ourselves up. So we reached out to our bank, Absa, the local office, and we were able to get a loan. It is an unsecured loan. So the beautiful thing about it was that we were able to get this loan in under 2 weeks. So it helped us really to come back on our feet. Our dream is to be able to offer quality dental care across the nation, primarily across all counties. I have faith that Absa will walk the journey with us in terms of availing the financing and enable us to expand at the rate that we can be able to cover more and more facilities.
Now let's elevate it with Absa Business Banking. Speak to us about how we can help you get it done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa.